Hello, fellow vapors. Vaping newbie here, and I'm talking about some juice and a guy that sells some swag. Hang in there. Before I get to the juice, I want to talk about the swag. When I was on the line placing my last order, I went nerve-wracked as it was placing the order, and I went into the area where they're selling T-shirts and whatnot, and I thought, wow, how cool is that? So I picked up a T-shirt, and here we go. I love it. Vapor Club, love that idea. I'm not sure about the lips here because Gord don't wear lipstick, but you know what? I thought it was a really cool shirt and I wanted it. So there you go. Thanks, Juggy, for having that. But I want to point out that he's more than juice. You got to go on the website. So now let's take a minute. We're going to talk about some juice. It's obvious I'm talking about jugheads.co, and the link will be down below. We're going to be looking at three juices and a science experiment. What the hell is he talking about? So, again, a bit of background upon jugheads.co. Juggy, who I refer to as the flavor master, is a farmer out in Alberta and does this as a hobby, makes juice as a hobby. 700 odd flavors later, he does it as a hobby. And I have never tasted one of his flavors that I didn't like. But what I'm going to talk about today, I was not over the moon at the beginning. So I want to make sure that that's understood, so that I'm saving for last. Before I start, all of these juices are in K-Fun clones at 0.95 ohms and being vaped at about 20 watts. Folks, always remember, taste is subjective. What you like, I might not like, and what I like, you might not like. So we have to keep that in mind, please. The first juice that's up today is called Blueberry Lemonade. This is nuts. It is really the first lemonade that I tasted that is actually very lemonade-y. It is a 40-60, 40% PG, 60% VG, and 6 milligrams of nicotine. The taste of lemonade is so pronounced, it's not funny. It is really good. And then the blueberry is more of an underlying taste. It's not in your face. So I like it as a pure lemonade flavor. It is really, really nice. And again, that is blueberry lemonade. The next one we're going to be looking at today is called Cruise Cream Soda. And I went outside the box. I wanted to try something a bit different on my last order. So I asked for this. And this is 70% PG, 30% VG. And again, it's 6 milligrams of nicotine. I wanted to give it a whirl. It does have that cream soda taste, but it is very subtle. It's actually quite nice, and it goes well in my daily rotation of juices. And as you can see, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm due for a fill-up. I've been enjoying this quite a bit. If you've been looking for a cream soda flavor, I don't think this will disappoint. And again, that's Cruise Cream Soda. The third juice that I'm going to talk about today is close to my heart because for the first, well, not really for the first time, but it was in development. I was honored. It's called Nectar of the Gourds, and this is a 40% PG, 60% VG juice. Again, at this is 4 milligrams of nicotine, which is probably what I ordered because I'm trying to step it down. But I put it in my new Russian clone that I just fell in love with that I got recently. It is a citrus-based juice. Obviously, by name, you cannot tell. It's a mixture of pineapple and orange with a cream undertone. Um, You'll try it, you'll like it. I've had some people say, I got it, I'm sort of on a fence. They're putting it in a dripper. I probably wouldn't recommend this in a dripper. I probably would recommend it more in a tank. The fact that it has so much citrus, you'll notice I'm using the metal middle section for my tank. I don't want to take a chance on a polycarbonate. The taste of this is just so nice. It's primarily pineapple. It has the slight undertone of orange, and then a layer of cream built in just to smooth it out. So I sort of, Juggy sent me some samples to try and went through it, and I said, well, can we do this? And Juggy sort of educated me because I'm not a DIYer. So Juggy, thank you very, very much. I think it's a really, really well done juice. And yeah, Juggy, I cannot say how honored I am. So those are the three juices. Again, absolutely zero disappointment. And I'm just going to put everything on the brakes because the next one that I want to talk about is called Swedish pastry. Sorry, folks, there's a little edit in there. So now on to what I consider my science experiment. Another juice that I had ordered from Juggies, and this is going back a ways, is called Swedish pastry, as I mentioned. And upon receipt, I tasted it, and it was okay. It just didn't put me over the moon. And then everybody on the Facebook page for Jugheads said, no, you got to let it steep more. So I've had it for about 3 or 4 weeks now, and look how dark that's gotten. And truly, and I thank my friends on the Jugheads page because truly they were 100% correct. As soon as I started letting it steep and I waited it out, it changed the flavor and it got really good. Then recently I placed another order with Jughead and thought, I wonder. So my order went in, and then I ordered on the side, talking with Juggy, and I said, how would you feel if I did something on video to change what Swedish pastry is? And he sent along some apple flavor and some sweetener. And all I did, folks, was I took some Swedish pastry. Now, you can do this in one of these needle nose bottles and mix it up. But I did it right into the K-Fun. So I simply put in some of the Swedish pastry, took some apple flavoring, and added in a couple of drops, 3 drops, not more, because you don't want to overpower. But you're going to be seasoning to taste. Added a bit of sweetener, and then closed up the OK Fun. Gave it a really good shake. Mix it all up in there. And give it a whirl. All I did was took a juice that on its own is very good, added a wee bit of sweetener, a wee bit of apple flavoring because I like apple, and it changed the flavor of Swedish pastry. This is how we evolve. We get a flavor and we play with it. I kept thinking in the back of my mind, Swedish pastry, there has to be more to it. When I added the apple, it changed slightly. When I added the sweetener, it almost tasted like those apple strudels, those frozen apple strudels that you get in the supermarket. It's a whole new flavor for me now. And I think this is how we develop our flavor palette. I like apples. I like the freshness of an apple vape. I don't like anything overly sweet, so I just use just a tad of that apple sweetener, and bam. So, folks, that's my science experiment. Really nice flavor. Easily, when you do this, it can easily become an all-day vape. So, folks, that's it from Jugheads. And I want to thank Juggy because, again, I spoke to him before I did this because I don't like to play with somebody else's creation. and he was okay with it. I want to take a minute to thank Larry for everything that you do on Facebook and the crew on the Jugheads Facebook page that are so helpful to people. And I'll put a link for their Facebook page down below as well. I hope you enjoyed it. You know I always like spending time with you. Stay healthy and happy vaping. Take care, folks.